Meghna, switch on the video. Let's start. Let's start, Meghna. So, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Fine. So, let's move on to the new chapter. The chapter 18, infancy. Okay. So, the last class or the last week, we discussed about the some small changes in infancy, childhood, late childhood, and all. Okay. So, a single question: what are the changes in prenatal period? Hmm? We have the prenatal period, babyhood, infancy, and all. Okay, the prenatal period. What are the changes in prenatal period?
Um, Ma'am,
It's the
is it
period from
conception,
very good to
uh, birth, like
very
2
good. So prenatal period means it is a period from the time of conception to the birth. Okay, then
and the it is divided to three.
very good. Three stages are there.
Terminal stage, it's a 0 to 2 weeks.
Good.
Stage 3 to 8 weeks.
Hmm.
Then fetus stage, it's 9 weeks to birth.
Okay. So basically, we classified the stages of the prenatal development into three: germinal stage, embryonic stage, and fetus stage. Okay, then anything else? What are the changes in each stages? In the first stage, what is the
First
first stage?
cycle develops, and in embryonic stage, it's a embryo.
Hmm. In
Then
embryonic stage, there are some layers, right? Three cell. What is it?
ectoderm, mesoderm,
Ah,
and endoderm.
ectoderm is for
Outer layer.
good.
It's for
Fine. That's okay. Then
then
ectoderm. Then
it's a middle layer.
good.
Endoderm is the inner layer.
Good. Okay. Then the last stage, that is the fetus period.
Uh,
Anything to add?
its length will be three and a
See, at the
half.
time of birth, the length or the height is 18 to 20 inches. There are some changes like physical or some changes are taking place. Okay. So let's move on to the next chapter. That is the infancy. In this chapter, we combine the babyhood to the infancy. Okay. So it is basically from 0 to 2 years. In this chapter, we are discussing the development or the changes of a baby from 0 to 2 years. Okay. Hmm? There are different phases for our development. For our development or growth, there are different phases, or we can call it as an areas of development. Basically, we have 6 areas of development, that is physical development, emotional development, social, mental, language, and then motor development. Okay, these are the 6 phases of our development. Is it clear? Or otherwise, we can call it as an areas of development. 6 areas of development: physical development, motor. We already learned this, right? Physical, motor, social, emotional, cognitive, and language. These are the 6 areas of development or different phases of our development. Okay. So, what do you mean by the physical development? We already covered this portion. Physical development.
It's a development of the body.
Hmm. Little more specific. Physical. Huh?
Like
What do you mean by growth and development? It's a difference, right? A big difference
growth,
between
it's
growth
a
and development.
quantitative that we can
Yeah, it
count,
can be
but
measurable or countable. Then, okay, what about the development?
qualitative cannot be counted.
It can be countable. It can be quantitative or qualitative. Okay, both. So in physical development, we include the height, weight, and our body proportion. How our length, how our legs, arms, our head, is it proportionate to the complete body? Okay, that comes under the physical development, like the height. Increase in height, increase in weight, and body proportions. Okay. So physical development means it is basically involved with our physical sense. Increase or decrease in our physical body. That can be easily noticeable. Okay. So let's move on to the first one, that is weight development. Weight development. We already learned that at the time of our birth weight, it's an approximate or an average birth weight. It's between 2.5 to 3 kg. What about your birth weight, Meghna?
3.25 something.
3.25. Okay. In my case, it's 2.28. Hmm? So it's between the 2 to 3 and 3.5, right? So the average birth weight of a baby in India, okay, not in other countries, in India, its birth weight is from 2.5 to 3 kg. And in 12 month means around the 1 year of the baby, it's become doubled. No, tripled, right? Hmm? Almost 9 to 10 kg. You need to by heart this terms, okay, numbers. And around the second year, it's 11 to 12.5. And in the third year, it is 12.5 to 14.5 kg. This is the weight development during the first, second, third, and at the time of birth. Okay, so at the time of birth, the weight of the baby is around 2.5 to 3.5 or either 2.5 to 3 kg. Okay, then around the first year, the baby developed the weight into, it triples the weight when compared with the birth weight. Okay, it's triples. 3 into 3, 9 to 10. Okay, the weight triples. And what about the second year, Meghna? The weight development second year?
11 to 12 and a half.
Good. Okay. So try to by heart the weights. Next is height development. Okay. This is the infantometer. Okay. This is an equipment that we use to measure the height of the baby. Infantometer. Equipment that basically used to measure the height of the baby. Okay. So we already learned at the time of birth, the height is almost 18 to 20 inches, right? At the time of birth, the height of the baby is 18 to 20 inches. When we compare the genders, which means both the boys and girls, the boys are basically taller than girls at the time of birth. Okay. At the time of birth, the boys are taller than girls. And around the 1 year, it is 27 to 29 inches. Okay. So at the time of birth, it is 18 to 20 inches. And around the first year or around the first year, it's become 27 to 29 inches. At least try to by heart these two numbers. Okay. At the time of birth, it is 18 to 20 inches. And at the first year or around the first year, the length of the baby is 27 to 29 inches. Okay, not in centimeter, it's in inches. Okay, is it clear? So, in the physical development, we covered the height and weight. In weight, at the time of birth, it is approximately 2.5 to 3 kg, and about the length, it is 18 to 20 inches at the time of birth. Okay, and there is a difference in the height between the both genders. The boys are little more taller when we compare with the girls or the other gender. Okay, is it clear? So next is body proportions. Okay, it also comes under the physical part, physical development. Body proportions. Body proportion means, what do you mean by body proportions? Basically, we compare or we examine our one body part to another body part. We compare our head, is it proportionate to our body or not? Okay. So the first one is head. Hmm? Basically, at the time of birth, the baby's head is bigger, or it is not proportionate with their body or other parts of the body. The head size is more when compared with other body parts. At the time of birth, it is not proportionate. The head is not proportionate with our body at the time of our birth. Okay. And then after birth, due to this development and due to the growth, the head is proportionate. Due to this development, the head leads to the proportionate with our body part. Okay. Is it clear? But at the time of birth, it is not proportionate. Head is bigger when compared with other body parts. Then about the face. Hmm? When compared with the head, the face is very small. Okay. At the time of birth. It is not proportionate. The face is not proportionate with the head. Head is very bigger and the face is very small at the time of our birth. These are the some body changes when we compare the baby with an adult. Okay. When we compare the baby with Meghna, these are the some changes. Next, hands and feet. How is it?
Hands will be longer than feet.
Hands will be
Longer than the legs.
good. It's correct. The legs of the baby is basically shorter when compared with our arms. Hmm? But now, hmm,
Now it's equal.
in some individuals it's equal. In some case, the size of the legs is more when compared with the hand part or the arm part. Okay, you can check. You can measure your length of the hands and feet, hands and legs. Okay. Next is bonds. How many bonds we have now, Meghna? Huh?
I don't know.
Okay. Basically, generally, we have 206 bonds. Hmm? But at the time of birth, a baby has a 300 bonds. Okay. At the time of birth, the baby has 300 bonds. Approximately 300 bonds. These bonds are not very stiff, they are not very strong. Due to the development, some calcium depositions takes place and these 300 bonds, some bonds join together to a single one and then these bonds are very strong when compared with the birth time. Okay, that's the main reason for uh, a baby is able to walk, run and all. Okay. Hmm? The bond strength. So at the time of birth, approximately the baby has 300 bonds. And then due to the development, the calcium deposition takes place and some bonds join together to form a 206 bonds. Okay. Is it clear? So next is internal organs. In the case of internal organs, the lungs and the chest cavity. When compared with an adult, at the time of birth, the baby's lungs and chest cavity is very small. Okay, when compared with an adult, the baby's lungs and chest cavity is very small. Okay, and the internal organs like our digestive system, respiratory system, urinary bladder, all these are developing. Continue the development after the birth also. Okay. What about your pulse rate, Meghna? What about an adult's pulse rate? You know? Okay, just check your pulse rate. Just close your eyes and concentrate on your beat. Check the right hand below the thumb area. Hmm?
I got it.
Huh? Meghna?
I got it. Yeah, I
Okay.
got
So basically, an adult pulse rate is 72 per minute. Okay. An adult pulse rate is 72 per minute. But in the case of a baby or an infant, it's around the double. 120 to 140. 120 to 140. Try to by heart these numbers, the height, weight, and the pulse rate. So at the time of birth, the baby's pulse rate is almost doubled when compared with an adult pulse rate. Okay. In adult, it is almost 72 per minute. But for a baby or a small infant, the pulse rate is very complete. Meghna?
much. Two into right?
Huh? Yeah, it's double when compared with the birth. At the time of birth, it is 120 to 140 per minute. And for an adult, it's 72 per minute. Okay. Don't forget. Next, about the teeth. Hmm? What about teeth? What all things you know about teeth? Is there any change? Any difference?
At the time of birth, they won't have any teeth.
Hmm?
That 2 years, I think they started to. No, 2 years. Before that,
Almost around 6 years, the temporary teeth, the milk teeth starts emerging. Or, around the 6 months. From 6 months, their milk teeth starts emerging. How many milk teeth we have? 20 milk teeth. Okay. So almost the 6 month, this milk teeth starts emerging. There are 20 in numbers. Okay. And almost at the age of 5 to 6, these milk teeth starts falling down and then
permanent teeth comes.
permanent teeth emerges. Okay. How many permanent teeth we have?
32.
Very good. 32. So 20 milk teeth and 32 permanent teeth. So almost the 6 months, the milk teeth or the temporary teeth that starts emerging, and then 5 to 6 years these milk teeth starts to fall down, and then permanent teeth emerges. Okay, simple topic. Next, about the sense organs. Sense organ. So head is head is not proportionate at the time of a birth. Face is not proportionate. In the case of hands and legs, the legs are shorter than the arms. And about bones at the time of birth, or approximately 300 bones are there. And about the internal organs, after birth they starts developing. And about teeth, around 6 months. Hmm. What about teeth, Meghna?
Around 6 months, the male teeth comes, and after 5 to 6 years, they start fall down. After that, the permanent teeth comes.
Okay. So, which sense organ is very or fairly developed at the time of birth? How many sense organs we have? List? List?
Eyes,
Vision?
vision, auditory,
Hmm.
eyes, nose, skin,
And skin? Which sense organ is fairly developed at the time of birth, according to your opinion? Just right.
eyes,
No. At the
hearing,
time of birth, the baby's vision is very dull. They can't see their mother. It's very
hearing,
dull. No. It's skin. That's why the baby stop crying when the mother holds the baby. Okay. The skin. So the fairly developed sense organ at the time of birth is skin. Next is nervous system. Hmm? What about nervous system, Meghna? Basically, we have central nervous systems and peripheral nervous system, right? Huh? So the brain, spinal cord, all these are the nervous system, the parts of a nervous system. So at the time of birth, hmm, or after birth, these organs, the brain, spinal cord, they continue their development till the age of 4 years. Okay. Of the 4 years, till the age of 4 years, their development is very rapid. But almost 16 years, these brain, spinal cord development is take place. Okay. So the nervous system becomes quite mature till the age of 4, but total maturation is achieved at the age of 16 years. Okay. The total maturation is achieved at the time of 16 years or around the 16 years. Next is digestive system. All these comes under the body proportions. Okay. And under the physical development. What about our digestive system? Not ours, babies. Basically, their stomach is very small. Due to this reason, their digestive capacity is also very less. Okay, so at the time of birth, a baby's stomach is very small and their digestive capacity is also very less when compared with an adult. So after birth, they start developing, with the help of the nutrients and all, the digestive system starts develop and it leads to a proper size or a proper function. Okay. Then the respiratory system. Just like as a digestive system, the respiratory system is also very small and then it develops. Okay. Next is muscles and fats. That you know. What about the muscles?
The muscles are very soft at the time of the birth.
Very good. At the time of birth, the muscles are very soft. That is the main reason the baby can suck the toe or the feet, because their bones and muscles are very soft. And after that,
It develops
and then develops into soft
strong.
muscles to strong muscles. That's it. Okay, good. So that's about the physical development. Okay. So basically, physical development means increase in size, height, and the changes in body proportions. Okay. Height, weight, body proportion, all this comes under our physical development. And first is height, first is weight. What about the weight? At the time of birth, it's 2.5 to 3 kg, and around the 1 year, the weight triples. Then almost 6 months, the weight is doubled, and around the 12 months, that is the first year, the weight is triples. Okay. And out. 6 months it doubled, and 1 year the weight is triple when compared with the birth weight. Okay. And then about the height, at the time of birth, it is 18 to 20 inches. Then around the first year, it's 27 to 29 inches, right? Okay. Then summarize the body proportions.
Body proportion. First one is head. The head is it's not compared equal size with other body proportions,
Hmm.
and
What about head?
head is very large compared to other body
So it is
proportions.
not proportionate at the time of birth. Then about the hands and legs.
Uh, the arms or hands are very bigger than compared to their legs.
Legs are shorter. Okay.
Then a
Then
face.
Ah,
face is small compared to the head.
when we compare the face proportion with our head, with the baby's head, it is not proportionate. The face is very small when compared with the head part. Then,
Uh, Bones, they are soft at the time of the
at the
birth.
time of birth, how many bones they have?
300,
Very good. Now, an adult.
206.
Okay, very good. Teeth, about the milk teeth and permanent teeth.
Uh, at the 6 months, they will be having 20 milk teeth. Of 5 to 6,
Not like that. 6 months, these milk teeth starts emerging. Okay, all these milk teeth are not there at the time of 6 months. It's a starting point. From 6 months, this milk teeth starts emerging. Okay, then
then after 5 to 6 years, that the milk teeth starts falling. Then the permanent teeth will.
fine, fine. Then about the digestive system, respiratory system.
Digestive system, as their stomach is very small, they doesn't have high digestive capacity.
The digestive capacity is very less, and then just like I say, digestive system, the respiration is also not so good when compared with an adult. Then all these organs develop with the help of proper nutrition, breast milk. Hmm? Then then and what else? Then we learned about the sense organs. What about the sense organ, which is
The
fairly
unique
developed one?
organ that is fairly developed at the time of the birth.
Which organ? Ah, very good. Can you give an example for that? Hmm? How you fix that?
When the baby cries, if mother holds the baby, he or
Ah,
she will stop crying.
that is because of the touch sensation. Okay. Then nervous system. It's also very important. Nervous system.
There are two types of nervous system, CNS and PNS.
Okay,
Uh,
central nervous system and peripheral nervous system.
Till the age of 4, the brains and the their nerve
All
systems
the nervous systems like brain and spinal cord. It uh,
uh, grows rapidly till the age of 4.
yeah,
After
it quite mature till the age of 4 years. But
the age of 16, it will be fully mature.
yeah, okay. So let's move on to the factors. The factors affecting the physical development. These are the physical development at the time of huh? The
There,
physical development. It's from the birth time to 2 years. Okay, that is our chapter. The changes from birth to 2 years. So let's move on to the factors affecting the physical development. You already covered this. Heredity, nutrition, immunization, proper ventilation, endocrine gland, prenatal period, family, some sex differences, intelligence, and socio-economic status. All these are the factors that affect our physical development. So, first is heredity. The traits or the characteristics of height is transferred from your parents to a baby or an offspring. Okay. The transferring of the traits from the parents to the offspring, that is a heredity. In the physical development part, the transferring of the traits like height and weight, basically the height from a mother or from the father to the offspring. That is a heredity. So heredity is one of the very important factors that affect our physical development. Next is nutrition. What about the nutrition? We already finished that chapter.
if the child has a proper nutrition, he will grow according to the milestone.
Yeah, the maximum growth is achieved with the help of proper nutrition. Then immunization.
If the
Immuni-
child has the good nutrition, the immune system will also be stronger.
yeah, here the immunization means the vaccines, the polio vaccine, TB vaccine. So the timely use of this vaccine is very important for the proper development. Okay. Diarrhea, some cancers, some infections, corona. All these are certain diseases. So for this disease, we need a particular vaccine to prevent the virus. Okay, that is also very important for our proper development of growth, as well as the proper development of growth and development. So then next is proper ventilation. Hmm? Proper ventilation is very important for vitamin D. How does it connect? Because what is the main source of vitamin D? Huh?
Sunlight.
Sunlight. So we need the proper ventilation to get the proper amount of vitamin D according to the standard standardization. Okay, so proper ventilation is very important. Next, endocrine gland. Basically, this endocrine gland that secrete or release the hormones. That is the basic function of our endocrine gland, right? The endocrine gland that release the hormones into our bloodstream, and due to these hormones, our secondary characteristics, the secondary sex characteristics, primary sex characteristics, all these are basically due to or with the help of these hormones. So these hormones are very important, like for menstruation and all. For the proper maturity, we need these hormones. Okay, so the endocrine gland secrete the hormones. These hormones are also very important factor that affect the physical development. Next is prenatal period. Prenatal period means the period from, or it is a period in the womb of the mother, right? So the health status of mother, the proper immunization, if there is any diseases, all these are the factors that affect the prenatal period, and due to these reasons, it affects our physical development. Can you add any other point to this prenatal development?
Is the embryonic, embryonic and fetus stage.
What's it, Meghna?
That are three
Ah,
stages now.
ah, how is it connected? If there is a problem in a prenatal period, then it leads to problems in our problems to the baby, right? Huh? So list any problems in prenatal period that affect the development of a baby.
Proper nutrition if
Good.
the
The
mother
proper nutrition. The lack of, if there is a lack of nutrition, it affect the health status of the baby. Okay. Then diseases, any serious diseases, HIV. Then anything else?
emotional state of the
Very
mother.
good. The stress, the emotional stability, emotional status of the mother is very important for the, or it is very important in the prenatal period, the proper emotional stability. Okay. Next is family. You already covered that point. Family. The family is the, or the family that provides the basic opportunities or the everything. The family is the basic support system for all the development or all for all our growth, right? Then sex difference. Is there any sex difference during the time of development? Basically, the girls develop little more faster when compared with the boys at the time of adolescence, before adolescence, right? Girls are
They fast.
hmm,
Develop.
good. Okay. Next, the intelligence, the learning, and socio-economic status. How is it connected? Socio-economic status with the physical development. That you know. Definitely you know.
Like the situation of the family and according
The
to the
money.
family. So
We need money to buy the proper foods or healthy foods, right? So these are the factors that affect our physical development: heredity, nutrition, immunization, proper ventilation, endocrine gland, prenatal period, family, sex difference, intelligence, and socio-economic status. Note down the points. Fine.